Hello there. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokic, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible: 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And today I'm going to talk to you about how the new year's going. A couple weeks ago, I talked about the new year and making New Year's resolutions and what ideas you might have for uh, taking care of yourself. And so I thought I'd just check in and see how things were going. If you want to make comments, please feel free to do so. Um, Basically, for me, there's no such thing as really making New Year's resolutions because every single day is a new day. But this is a great time of year to be thinking about what you want to achieve for the new year. And especially since the inauguration was yesterday. And I don't know, did you notice that everything changed? Like the energy seemed to shift and things seemed more optimistic and positive, at least for some of us. And so I wanted to talk about like what are you doing for exercise and how is your healthy diet going and what healthcare plan are you following for yourself? And maybe to just kind of support you and help you achieve your dreams and goals in relation to your health. So a lot of people talk to me about feeling kind of low energy at this time of year, especially if you're in a place where the weather isn't very good. The other day, I'm here in California. The other day, we had 81-degree weather here. So that was very unusual. And that disturbed some people because it's the wrong time of year for it to be 81 degrees in California. Now we're back to cold. It's 50 degrees or something like that right now. But one of the things that affects it's like our environment affects us, and I think that's one of the things that I want to say is that our environment and how we feel in our environment makes a big difference, and what we're doing within our environment makes a big difference. And so many people are currently locked up at home or not able to go out and do the things that they would normally like to do. And if the weather doesn't allow, then you can't even go outside as much as you would like. So, one of the things that it really helps your health is doing exercises and doing things that help your energy move. So, I was going to just show you a couple of exercises that you could do. One of the things that I like a lot, and I'll set links in the page here at the end for exercises that I find very helpful, especially in winter, that are sort of their balancing of energy. So, the things that I like to do for exercise in the winter, especially, are more mellow, like yoga or qigong. And especially if you have a lot of aches and pains in your body, those are more gentle. Yoga can be kind of intense sometimes, but there's a yoga teacher that I like that's on YouTube. Her name is Adrian, Yoga with Adrian. You can check her out. I'm going to type that in here right now. And then my qigong that I like to follow is Lee Holden, also on YouTube. Um, I should say qigong. Um, and I'm going to show you a couple of little moves that just kind of help build your energy and help you feel a little better at this time of year and help you have movement in your body. So, like if you're not going outside a lot, you might want to do something like this. So, one of the exercises is just this simple, like where you just go from side to side and you're twisting your body and you're letting your arms swing. And it's doing a lot of different things for your body as you're moving like this because it hits certain energy points and it allows your body to just kind of uh, connect from right to left. So you're doing right to left connection and you're hitting certain energy points, your belly and the sides of your body, which regulate your liver and your gallbladder. And it just kind of keeps things flowing. And especially if you're not moving very much, you could just kind of twist your legs around and not too violent. What I find is that it's better to be more gentle in these kinds of things because they keep energy moving. So another thing you can do is just this, like just move uh, your hands like this, and that will move energy too, like in a little bigger way. And another exercise that or another movement that I like in Qigong is actually tapping your kidneys. So right here is where your kidneys are, and the winter is the time of year for the kidneys. And what you do is you just pat along down the back of your legs. You could actually pat along the back of your legs and then come up on the inside part of your legs. So you pat along the back of your legs and then tap up along the inside of your legs. So that, and that helps stimulate your energy. But one of the very simple things to do is just to massage your kidneys like this 49 times. And it helps you have energy. It helps your kidneys feel more solid and more strong. And it helps you feel better in this time of year when it's more cold and where the energy is a little bit lower for people. So that's one of the ways that I think exercise is really good. You know, any other normal exercise that you're used to, like any cardio or weightlifting, this is not to take the place of that kind of exercise. This is just to add sort of a more gentle flow into your daily movements that integrates what's going on and that helps you feel more balanced. As far as other kinds of movements, of course, if the weather permits, it's always great to get outside, and especially to get a little bit of sun on your face. Not a lot necessarily, but a little bit of sun on your face just to get outside and to breathe fresh air and to change the scenery. If it's a good time of year for your garden, you should go outside and do some gardening and, you know, dig around in the dirt. All of those things help you get more grounded and more connected to the earth, and that's all very helpful. And in times of great stress, such as many people are experiencing right now, these things are helpful to just be doing things that help you feel more grounded and more calm and to get yourself outside. Now, one of my very favorite things to do is to actually go outside and hug a tree. And there are some places near where I live where there's some amazing, huge oak trees that, you know, you can feel their majesty. And so if you go outside and you're taking a walk and then you just connect to nature on some level that feels really good to you. Some people like going up into the mountains, which is also one of my favorite things to do, is to visit the mountains and to connect to nature and spend time in nature. That is helpful and healing for especially really stressful times. So I don't see any questions popping up here. I'm also going to talk a little bit about how to take care of your adrenal glands at this time of year, besides tapping on your kidneys, which I've already showed you. A thing that you can do for your adrenal glands is there are certain supplements that help your adrenal glands, and they're what I call psychic in the sense that, or adaptogens, because they're herbs that know what your body needs. So let's say you're really, really tired and you can't really get any energy going. Some of my very favorite herbs for your adrenals are like ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an Ayurvedic herb, and it's one of those herbs that knows what your body needs. And it helps your thyroid and it helps your adrenals, and it kind of is balancing, and so it doesn't make you too hyper and it doesn't make you too tired, and it kind of knows whether you need to be more energetic or whether you need more calm. Another one of my very favorite herbs is holy basil. I often call it holy basil Batman. Many years ago, I sort of accidentally got to try holy basil. It was a supplement salesman came and left some samples on my desk, and I remember I was going through something and I was feeling really super anxious, and I didn't, I was like, oh my God, and this supplement was sitting on my desk and it said, helps with anxiety, and I was like, oh my God. So I took it, and within an hour I felt less anxious. Now, holy basil is not an anti-anxiety supplement. It is an herb that helps support your adrenal glands. And I use it for people who, you know what cortisol is. Cortisol is a hormone that your adrenal glands produce when you are stressed, when you need to like fight or flight, and so it's the like it gets you going and it supports you when you're really super stressed. So sometimes cortisol levels will make you feel anxious, and holy basil helps calm that down. It also helps balance the overall sense of having energy. So when your energy is low, it helps you have a little bit more energy, but it's not the kind of energy you would get from like caffeine. It's the kind of energy that you get from just feeling really calm and centered and grounded. So holy basil is a really wonderful herb, and the other thing that it does is it actually supports the blood sugar. So that's another really wonderful uh, quality of this herb. Its other name, and it's an Ayurvedic herb as well, its other name is Tulsi. But I like to say holy basil Batman because it's such a wonderful herb. And this time of year, again, is the time of year of the kidneys, and you want to be supporting your energy. Another thing that is very, very helpful at this time of year is, of course, making sure that you get enough sleep. And I like to hibernate. I think I've mentioned this in a previous video. I like to hibernate in the winter. Although when the weather's really sunny, it's hard to hibernate in the middle of winter. But if you're having fatigue, don't be surprised, because this is the time of year that you want to go to bed earlier and you want to sleep a little longer, and you want to just kind of take care of good sleep hygiene and make sure that you make sure you get enough time sleeping in the middle of winter. It'll get you ready for the springtime, and so that when you wake up when springtime arrives, you'll be ready to do the seasonal detox, the seasonal cleanse, which is when I recommend doing a cleanse of any sort. But if you feel like you want to be doing a cleanse at this time of year, which I've also mentioned before, what you can do is you can just eat more clean, so like instead, like I'm a self-confessed chocoholic, and I love to eat chocolate, and about 3 weeks ago I just quit eating chocolate, and my body just didn't want it anymore, which, in this time of COVID has been a challenge to not eat as much chocolate as or that's what I've wanted, or craved more chocolate than normal. But I suddenly just stopped craving it. And so you want to just kind of follow like what makes sense for your body, like to eat more healthy foods, to eat soups, mostly cooked vegetables, lots and lots of vegetables. I always say in the middle of winter or any time of year actually, but not so many raw vegetables, because in this time of year, when at least in the northern hemisphere, we want to be eating more cooked foods. That's more gentle on our bodies and more warming to our kidneys, which is helpful. So I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to just wish you a wonderful evening and hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.